All right, what's up, everybody? Vick Strizheus here. Welcome, folks. Welcome to this video. Welcome to this page. Glad you found it. You know, somehow you got here, and that's a good thing. For those of you guys who know me, welcome back. It's good to be back with you all. We're going to do something pretty awesome together, which I'll talk about in just a moment here. All right. If you have no idea who I am, my name is Vick Strizheus, and I've been a marketer for the last, I don't even know, since 2005. You know, and what I wanted to do here is something pretty a little bit different than maybe you've seen out there on the internet a lot. Not here to try to sell you a thing. All right. So if you got a wallet, you can leave it in a different room, whatever. I'm here to do something which I hope can provide a lot of value for you. Okay, and something that can hopefully take your business where it's at right now. And take it to a whole new level. Now, this video, this series that I'm starting right now, starting with this video, I'm calling it the $1 Million Ideas. Okay, $1 Million Ideas series. Now, I got started in business as an entrepreneur in 2005, shortly after we got married. We got married at the end of 2004. And I was 20 years old, believe it or not. You know, I'm 30 right now. We have 5 beautiful, awesome, most amazing kids you can ever ask for. You know, I've been married for almost 10 years. Happily married. Some people say, Vic, you're crazy. But you know what? If I had an opportunity to go back and change anything, I would not change a thing, right? I've been blessed. You know, I got started as an entrepreneur because I wanted to provide the best I could possibly provide for my family. You know, that was why I got started in the business. And maybe that's why you got started in the business, right? And so I did not know anything about business. You know, I was completely new, but I was desperate. You know, I was hungry, man. I wanted to go and get it. You know, I saw other people are making it. I saw, you know, people are showing off their lifestyles, and I said, you know what? I want that, man. I want that for my family, and that's not a bad thing. You know, if you're in that position, that's a good thing, right? Hopefully, we can talk about how to get you to the place where you want it to be. Okay, without spending too much time talking about myself, especially if you just somehow found this video, I want to make a point here, my friend. All right, I'm not here to brag or boast about myself. That's not what I want. That's not what I need to do. I am here to tell you that whether you're building your business as an affiliate marketer, if you're selling your own products, right? If you're a network marketer, if you are, promoting, some kind of multi-level opportunity, right? Or maybe you're an offline business owner. Maybe you have brick-and-mortar business. You can apply some of these principles and strategies and ideas, I call them $1 Million Ideas, to hopefully take your business to a whole new level. Now, can I promise you any income here? Absolutely not, all right? But I just wanted to share stuff with you that has been proven to work very, very well for me personally. Okay, because I got started as a direct sales rep, basically for a company in 2005. Did not know a thing about marketing. Because I did not know anything about marketing, I was failing. You know, I was putting money into the business. I was putting money into advertisement. I was buying ads. I was running around, right, like crazy. I was talking to people. I was writing emails. Nothing sold, right? And I was just fortunate enough to have some people come into my life, right? That later became my mentors, and I was smart enough to listen to them. So what that tells me, and what that should tell you, that, you know what, you don't have to be somebody who is genius, right? You don't have to be somebody who is this smart, extraordinary person, right? You don't have to have any magical powers. You can do this if you have the right information and if you act on that information. Okay? Now, because when let me tell you how fast everything can change for you. Okay, I hired a mentor. It was 2005-ish, towards the end of 2005. 3 months later, because I was applying the information, because I was applying, and just I was like a sponge. I was soaking as much information as I possibly could, and I was applying as fast as I could possibly apply. Right. 3 months later, my friend, it's unbelievable. 3 months later, I became #1 income earner in the company that I was a part of at that time, okay, out of thousands and thousands of people. That company folded, and I then became an affiliate marketer. I started to promote other people's stuff as an affiliate on ClickBank, right? Some of the most mundane stuff you can think of. All right, but because I learned some principles about marketing and some things I'm going to be sharing with you in this video series, or in this series, I should say, right? I don't even know how long we're going to go on for. You know, it might be 10 videos, it might be 20, 30, 40, 50 videos. Who knows, right? We're just going to go on until we just run out of good ideas, these million-dollar ideas, as I call them. But I started to apply same principles to the affiliate marketing world, right? And started to see some phenomenal results. Same stuff that worked for me in direct sales worked in affiliate marketing. Okay, I became, any promotion that I did, any launch that I participated in, I always ended up in the top 5 affiliates for any promotion. Okay, for any of those products. Okay. Then I started to promote my own products. I started to create my own trainings and started to develop my own courses and teaching people what I was doing, right? And was very successful promoting those as well. Then I stepped into the network marketing just recently, within the last couple of years. Never done network marketing in my life before, right? But applying same principles and same strategies to network marketing, okay? Hear me out. Within 3 weeks of getting started, some of you guys know this, right? If you're watching this, 3 weeks later, was able to become #1 income earner in the company that at that time had about 180,000 people when I joined that company, okay, network marketing company. How do you do that? Again, I'm not saying this to tell you that I'm somebody special. No, I'm saying this to hopefully inspire you, okay, to hopefully let you know that, you know what, when you hear me say something like this, don't look at me and say, well, good for you, man, you know, you can do that, you know, lucky you, right? I want you to look at this and say, you know what, if he did it, I can crush it, okay, with the right information. So what I want to do is I wanted to share with you some ideas that I know without a shadow of a doubt can take your business to a whole new level when you apply them. Okay, let me tell you how I came to this, how this idea was born for this video series. Okay, I got an email from a lady, one of my students, you know, and she wrote something like, Vic, I just want to be free. You know, I want to be free. And you know, so what's the date today? Today is 14th of July. All right, 14th of July. We just, not that long ago, we celebrated Independence Day, right? And I'm like, you know, people want to be free, right? People want to be independent. And you know, when you start your business, I think the reason you start your business because you want to be you want to be free, right? You want to have more time freedom, more money freedom. You want to have control of your business. See, I think there's four stages that people go through in business. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Yeah. All right. Cool. So the first one is desperation. All right. First one is desperation. Second one is comfort. All right. The third stage is inspiration. All right. And the fourth one is something I call transcendence. Transcendence. Now, when see, I got multiple color markers, believe it or not. All right, I'm gonna make it fancy for you here. All right, this is where a lot of people start. Okay, a lot of people start out of a position of desperation. Now, I'm gonna go through this very quickly, and then I want to talk to you about the single most important thing in business. You want to know what that is? Okay, it's not what you think. I promise you that. It's not what you think, because 99.9% of companies, of small business owners, 99.9% of internet entrepreneurs, at least from the people that I had an opportunity to deal with, and by this time, you know, I was fortunate enough and privileged enough to coach probably over 70,000 people already. Okay, over the years, over the last, you know, 8-9 years. Okay, and so I've seen a pattern. Same stuff occurring over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? A lot of people start from a position of desperation. Okay? Very few people start from a position of comfort. Okay? Desperation is basically, you know, where you have your back against the wall, so to speak, and you just have to make it work. Otherwise, something bad is going to happen. You know, your house is going to get taken away from you. Your car is going to get repossessed, or maybe, you know, worse yet, you know, maybe your your wife is threatening to leave you or something like that. You know what I mean? So most people are in this desperation mode. Now, this is actually not bad to start. Okay, let me explain to you. It's actually a good and a bad spot to be in. Okay, let's talk about what's good about starting from a point of desperation. When you're desperate, okay, when you start your business and you're in this desperation zone, right? You're like, man, you know what you're gonna do? If you're truly in this place, you're gonna do whatever you need to do, right? You're gonna do whatever is necessary to make it work. And when I got started, I did not count hours. I went $30,000 in the hole, okay? Borrowed a bunch of money to get started in the business. I invested $20,000. Picture this. I don't know if you can imagine this. I invested $20,000, made zero back, okay? Absolutely not a single sale. Had $10,000 left to pay for the food, to buy food for the family and all the good stuff. I quit my job as soon as I borrowed the money to start my online business because I was so excited, right? But not knowing what I was doing, I basically wasted $20,000. It was an expensive lesson for me. So, needless to say, I was desperate, man. I was desperate, and I needed to make it. I needed to do whatever I needed to do to make it work, right? So, at that time, I did not count hours. I would stay up until 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock. I would pull all-nighters. I was studying. I was applying. I was learning, right? I was in the position to where I needed to make it happen. There was no plan B for me. My wife wasn't working. I was not working. We needed to make it work, and there was no plan B, okay? A lot of people, when they're comfortable, okay, they have a job going on, come Friday they have a paycheck coming in, right? And they start a business, and I'm not saying this is wrong or right, I'm just saying it is how it is, right? But these folks who are comfortable, a lot of times they have a plan B. They start an online business and they think, well, if this doesn't work, I have my job over here, I have my steady paycheck coming in, I'm gonna be okay, right? So they don't do what these folks will do, okay? Now, that's a good thing about being in this position. What's bad about being desperate? Well, the bad thing about being desperate is if you stay desperate, right? If you stay in this position long enough, okay, you will drive your business straight into the ground before you even get off the ground, if that makes sense, right? You want to get out of this place as soon as humanly possible. Let me tell you why. If you're in business and you're selling stuff, if you're recruiting people, if you're selling products, if you're selling your own stuff, if you're promoting affiliate stuff, right? What is sales? Well, sales is simply put transference of feelings. Okay, it's how you feel about your business, it's how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your product, how you feel about other humans, right? How you feel about the world. It's how you feel about what you do. Does that make sense? If you are desperate, right? That feeling of desperation comes through your videos, it comes through your ad copy, it comes through your TV commercials. If your company does TV commercials and you're kind of participating in the co-op or whatever, right? That stuff is weird, right? I don't understand how that works, but sales is a transference of feelings. And if you stay desperate in your business, right, and you're wondering why it's not working for me, well, it's probably because you're desperate, right? It's probably because you're in this stage in your business and you need to get out of that. You say, Vic, how do I get out of that? We're going to talk about that in just a moment here, okay? But if you're spending, if you get in traffic, if you're buying traffic and you're sending traffic to your stuff, right, to your landing pages, to your sites, and you're doing everything what everybody else is doing, the same, and you're not seeing results, it's probably because of this word right here. All right, I'm going to talk to you about how do you get out of this position as soon as possible. Okay, the next stage is comfort. Man, this is danger zone. Okay, if you're comfortable, you will probably not see any significant success. Okay, you might dabble here and there. You probably jump opportunities a lot, right? You're comfortable. You always have that plan B to rely on. The thing is if you're in a comfort zone, like if you have a job right now and you're kind of okay, but you would like to, to have an online business, maybe you would like to have your own business going. The best thing I can tell you what to do here is trick yourself. Okay, imagine you don't have that income coming in. Okay, just kind of trick your mind, and I know it's going to be difficult, but that's the best advice I can give you here. Okay, the third stage here is a stage of inspiration. This is when these folks right here, they break through, which I'm going to talk to you about how to do, right? They break through, they get through the comfort zone very quickly, because you are going to go through these 4 stages regardless. Okay, you're going to go through stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then hopefully you get to stage 4. Ultimately, this is where I want to show you how to get to right here, is transcendence. This is where, I mean, you're like living in a whole different world, man. You're like in the top 0.1%. You know, life is awesome, right? You can do what you want to do. You can go where you want to go. You can, you know, pretty much write your own paycheck in life. And this is where you want to be at, okay? But you would have to go through all these. I'm warning you in advance, though. When you get out of this, which I'm going to show you how to do, right, as we progress in, you know, these trainings here, you're going to get to this stage right here. And the trick here is you want to get through the comfort zone as fast as humanly possible, so you don't get stuck here. Because if you get stuck here, guess what's going to happen? You will be playing around in these first 2 zones. You will never, ever see the true independence that you're after, right? But then you get to a point to where, you know, once you get past through the comfort zone, you get to the point to where you're inspired, right? You do stuff and it's working for you, and you know what? You inspire. You know, you inspired to do better things. You inspired to do bigger things, right? And that's a really good stage to be a part of, or to be stuck at right now. But ultimately, where you want to be at is you want to be in the zone of transcendence. And what is transcendence? Well, transcendence is when you have a vision and a goal and an outcome, and when your why is so big that it's not about you anymore. Okay, it's about other people. You know, when I got started on the internet, I was here, and then I was here, and then I was here, and then just recently, okay, I got here. And when I got here, man, this right here is something money cannot buy. Okay, when you know how to pretty much do what you want to do anytime you want to do it, okay, when you know how to build your business on your terms, okay, and then you show it to other people, and then you have other people following your stuff, or following what your ideas, your trainings, and those people transcend, and those people take their stuff to the next level, right? And those people start from ground zero, and they go on to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're quitting their jobs, right? And those people become financially independent. Those people become, you know, financially free, and just their families are, you know, when they meet you at the conference, and when they come talk to you, they, you know, they look at you, look at you in the eye, and they say, thank you, right? Because of you, I now have freedom for myself and my family. My friend, you know, you made it to transcendence zone right here, and this is where you want to be at. So we're going to talk about all this. That's kind of the framework for what we're going to do together over the next however long it's going to take us to go through these videos, right? How do you get out of desperation? Because this is ultimately, right? I mean, you want to be here, but if you're here, you're like, Vic, this sounds good, but how do I get out of here, right? I want to talk to you about this. And my friend, this is going to be the single most important thing I'd like to share with you when it comes to business, okay? Let me see if I can do this properly. Maybe not. All right, cool. We'll just leave it like that. Hold on a sec here. Let me get a sip of water. How long have I been talking for? Huh? You know, that's the beauty. The stuff you're gonna see come from me in these videos. No professionalism here, man. We're just gonna be hanging out. You know, we're gonna be talking. I'll just be sharing with you ideas. You know, I might be using a nicer camera like this one, or I might be just walking with my iPhone and just shooting, talking to you. We're just gonna be hanging out, right? Just you and me. So that's what we're gonna do. Here is something I want to share with you. Okay, I learned this later in the business, but it made giant, I mean, just unbelievable difference for me in the way I started to market, in the way I started to get results, and in the way that my customers and my clients, my followers, started to look at me. Okay, and I learned this. It's not something I've invented. I learned this from a guy by the name of Simon Sinek. Okay, and he says, so basically I just call it, I forgot what he calls it, but I call it the magic circle. Okay. Hopefully you can see this. Okay. Why didn't you tell me you have water? I got water in a way. Sorry about that. All right. He says this. Look, most companies, most marketers, right? They know what they sell. They know what they sell. Cool. Fewer know how they do it. Okay. Very, very, very few. I mean, very few know why they do it. And you know what? Let me explain this the way I look at it and the way that I applied it in my business and how it made all the difference for me. And hopefully it will be, you know, it will make sense for you. Okay. And then, you know, if you decide to follow the assignments I'm going to give you in these videos, I think you will do pretty well. All right. So none of this stuff is theory, my friend. All of this stuff I'm going to be sharing with you has been proven, has been tested, not only for myself, but with literally thousands and thousands of people. Okay. If you are selling, when most people sell products, they know what they sell. Okay, I promote this product is from this company. How they sell it? Well, they think that, well, how I sell this is I just send traffic to my company's site, right? I just send traffic here, and you know, why is it not selling? They know how to sell or how others sell it, right? And it's even wrong. Okay, almost nobody talks about this right here. It's why you do this. You want to know a secret? This right here is your identity. Okay? This, I'm going to make it fancy for you. This, you want to write it down. This is your identity. Okay? This is your ID, my friend. Now, check this out. When you are, for you to break through, okay, from that desperation mode, from the desperation zone, right? For you to break through from that, even when you're not seeing financial success or monetary success yet, okay, because there might be a little bit of a learning curve for you, right? But you want to, it starts from your head, man. It's all right here, right? So the way you do that is this, is you decide on why you got started in the business. And not only like, there is different kinds of whys, right? There is a surface why, right, that we think we know. For example, when I got started in the business, I got started why? Because I wanted to provide better lifestyle for my family. You know, I wanted to travel more. I wanted to make more money. I wanted to work from home. I wanted to be independent. I thought that was my why, right? And that's okay. You know, that's a surface why. I want you to think deeper though, okay? That's your personal why. I want you to start thinking about your business as, what's your business why? What's the why that you would be, that the public will see you as? Does that make sense? Hopefully I'm making sense here. So what the surface why is your personal why, and you need to know that for yourself. Okay? That why is something that's going to drive you for the time, right? For a short period of time. But then once you get that, what you're after, what's, you know, what is there anything deeper after that, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to start thinking about, obviously, you know, if you want to do that, I'm just sharing ideas with you here. It's going to be up to you to apply it or not, right? But I want you to start thinking, because almost nobody is doing that. And the people who are doing that, trust me, they are way up there, okay? If you want to be way up there, all right, as far as, you know, marketers, if you want to be in the top 1/2 of 1%, I'm telling you, start thinking about why you got started in the business, okay, and how you want to be perceived in the business, okay? Let me explain to you. Whatever is here, it becomes your identity, all right? It becomes your identity. I think the best I can explain this to you, some of you folks have been on one of my webinars when I explained this, okay? So I'm going to explain it again, because I know there's going to be some people who, you know, did not attend the webinar. So personally for me, okay, personally for me, my why is, you know what, I want to set, like when I think of myself as a business person, when I think of myself as an entrepreneur, when others look at me, what I want them to see is, you know what, I am somebody who sets a new standard, and I'm somebody who changes lives, okay? That's what I see myself as, okay? How am I doing this? is not only through marketing, but my how is what kind of experience I give my followers and customers, okay, customer experience, innovation, okay, constantly learning new stuff, constantly, testing, tweaking, sharing with, with my followers, lifestyle, okay, lifestyle, I'm big on that, and also fun, okay. That's how I do this. This is my how. You see, it's a little bit different than just driving traffic. You see what I'm saying? But see, everything you do here, it stems from that why, okay? If you want to have results in your business that the top 2% of marketers are having, you got to do stuff that the 98% of people are not doing. Does that make sense? And I know it sounds cliche, a lot of people talk about that, but very few people actually take this stuff seriously, okay? What is your identity as a business person? Are you somebody who is just pushing products? Because everything here is going to stem from this core why. If you don't have this taken care of, nothing else I'm going to teach you is going to matter. Nothing else we're going to talk about is going to matter, right? I can teach you all about traffic, I can teach you about conversions, and there's people talking about black hat marketing, and you can do this and you can do that, and that's a short-term thinking. I mean, that's a very, very shallow thinking, man. You don't want to be that. You want to have a grounded business to where you can demand, you can write your own paycheck, right? And not only that, but you get to the point to where you have an ability to make a bigger impact in the world and in business, right? For your followers, for your customers. And everything you do is going to stem from this point right here, which is your why or your identity in your business. Make sense? How are you going to do that? Again, decide on how you're going to do that. How you're going to support that, okay? It's going to be through the how. And then what is basically what you're selling. This can be an affiliate, right? Affiliate. This can be MLM. This can be network marketing. This can be your product. All right, this can be anything. All right, this doesn't matter. What a lot of people are focusing on is if they don't have this why taken care of, right? What they're going to do is they're going to go to an affiliate network and they're going to say, well, I just want to make an extra $5,000, man. You know what I mean? I want to make an extra $20,000 in a month, and I'm going to promote anything I want to promote just to make a quick buck. And they may do that. They may send traffic, and it might, they may get a few sales here and there, right? But there is no satisfaction, right? And if your why, if what you do is not aligning and it's not supporting your main why, right, there is no satisfaction. It's very, very shallow. Does that make sense? So what you want to do, my friend, is, the single most important thing that you can do for your business is right now, if you haven't done that, stop and think about what is your core identity? What is your core why that you want to be known for in business? Are you the person who decides to change lives through your products and you really, really mean it, right? Are you a person who is going to inspire others? Are you a person who is going to be, delivering transformation in your industry? Are you the person who wants to just, step it up, and you want to create positive, massive paradigm shift in your niche, right? Everything you do is going to support your main why, okay? This was the single most important lesson I learned in business. And when I got very, very clear on my why, right? My why was, let's step it up. Let's change the game plan. Let's change the landscape of, how people do business on the internet. And how, I'm not going to single-handedly change the entire industry, but I can do what I can do in my little circle, right? So some of the things, just give you an example, some of the things how we started to do that was, I started to really, I decided here, I said, okay, so if I'm going to be, if I want to set a new standard, right? If I want to create change in people's lives, and by the way, it's an awesome feeling. I was able to, like I said, I was fortunate enough and privileged enough to work with thousands of people, right? And, tens of thousands of people, probably around 70,000 people or so over the years. But when you have somebody who starts with you at zero, right? And they get to the point to where very, very shortly in their first 6 months or a year, right, they get to the point to where they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And then they become the transformation, and it's like a ripple effect. Man, I said, you know what? If I'm going to do that, there's some things I'm going to have to do for myself in order for me to spread this positive in order for me to impact all these people around me, right? To support my why. And so how I started to do that was I deliberately decided that, well, as an internet marketer, what are some things that I need to know about, right? Well, number one is if I cannot teach somebody what I don't know, okay? I cannot teach somebody what I haven't done. That's just my personal philosophy, right? What do I need as an online entrepreneur? Well, I need to understand how to drive traffic, right? I need to understand how to convert. I need to understand what's going on in the industry. I need to understand human psychology, right? So I decided to be the best in those areas, not just somebody who's okay, right? I literally decided deliberately, consciously, made a conscious decision that, you know what, I'm going to be the best at generating traffic on the internet, right? And I meant it, right? I started to buy traffic courses. I started to learn everything I could about traffic generation. I started to implement a lot of the ideas, right? And then I said, you know what, if I'm going to, okay, so how am I going to support this, right? How am I going to be this change? Well, if you decide to do something, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden people are going to flock to you, right? People are going to surround you. Well, then what you need to do is you need to build your as Dan Kennedy, one of my mentors, says, your herd, right? People who will follow you, your followers, right? How do you do that? Well, you do that by doing something, again, that the 98%ers are not doing, which is sharing what you're learning, right? Very simple. Maybe take an hour a day, learn something new, share with your followers. If you have 5 subscribers on your list, share it with your 5 subscribers. If you have 500, share it with your 500. If you don't have any subscribers, stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to get some of them, right? But now you start to gather this group of people around you, right, who will support your vision. You never make a big impact with anything by yourself. You always do that with a group of people who buy into your vision. Does that make sense? Into what's your identity. And as this circle expands, you have more and more and more people, supporting your vision, and then they become, they get on the same page as you are, and then together you guys make a bigger impact. Does that make sense? And this can be applied to anything you do. Now, how else am I going to do this? Well, we create customer experiences, right? I mean, I'm not going to take too much time here. I know we've been going on here for almost 30 minutes or something like that, but we do stuff that's a little bit different, right? We, one of the things that we did was, I took my mastermind group on a yacht, a few times. We've rented private islands, in Hawaii. We've invited speakers to, to come to our group, and guys like, Les Brown and Hanau, just kind of, create customer experience in a fun, friendly, right? Anytime when you can create an experience for your follower, for your customer, okay, they buy your product for what it is, but they stay with you for the experience and how you make them feel. Does that make sense? And then you can be selling anything over here. This is the least important thing right here, because when you have this, right, and you have this, people will ask you, what are you doing? Okay, how can I be a part of what you got? What are you promoting? What are your products? Okay, this stuff is the least important, but 98% of entrepreneurs make this the most important for getting all of this. Does that make sense? So, my friend, my challenge for you for today, I'm not even going to call it an assignment. I'm going to call it a challenge, right? Should you accept it? Your challenge is this. My challenge for you is this. Sit down. If you haven't done so, draw the 3 circles, figure out what is your why, what is your core identity as a marketer, right? Why do you exist, and why should anybody care? And I'll see you in the next video, okay? What we're going to do is, I promise you, next one is going to be a lot shorter than this one, right? But again, this is like the foundation. We're going to be talking a lot about a lot of stuff. Ideas that, in my opinion, literally worth $1 million or more. Okay, if you apply them, if you really think about them, if you really take them and just expand on them, right? I'm going to share with you these ideas from personal experience, and I think you're going to benefit from it tremendously. And again, nothing for sale. This is not going to be a pre-launch for anything. This is just pure content. I just want to contribute to the community. Internet marketing is my passion, and I appreciate you being my subscriber and my follower. So that's all I'm gonna say for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and let me know if this stuff was helpful for you. Let me know what you got out of it, and let me know if you have any questions, any comments. Please post them below the video. Appreciate you. See you next time.